Welcome to Outside the Box.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Outside the Box. I am so excited today to share with you a toy that I briefly remember, ROBO FORCE. That's correct everyone, ROBO FORCE from 1980s. I'm a child of the 80s, so I do remember this, but I do remember just seeing it on the shelf very, very briefly. Really not for long for that matter, because they were surrounded by so many other awesome toys. The 80s brought so many cool toys. I mean, you had G.I. Joe, you had the Star Wars line, then you had He-Man come out. He-Man just changed the idea of what an action figure was. You had GoBots and then Transformers, and it just exploded. So RoboForce really had a very large competitive landscape that it was competing against, and it kind of got lost. But I do remember seeing these on the shelves. Now, the license was bought recently by Nacelle. Nacelle is going to bring two characters to market. That is Maxx 89, formerly Max Steel, and Wrecker. That is right, two of the characters from the original. But the greatest thing about this, in my opinion, is that there are humanoids now. They don't look like that 50s style, lost in space robot that everybody probably is familiar with.
Model B9, designed and computerized as a mechanized electronic aid for Earth voyagers engaged in astral expeditions.
You know, the original RoboForce were these roll-around robots that had arm extensions. I mean, they looked like B9 from Lost in Space. I mean, just a very simple robot, kind of what you would think a robot would look like. If you were in the 80s and somebody said, draw me a robot, that's probably what you would draw. But now Nacelle has taken that one step, three steps, four steps further and turned two of them so far into humanoids, which is really cool. I think it adds way more play value. I do like the continuation of the color scheme per the characters and the 80s feel. As you can see on Max's chest, Maxx 89's chest, you can see that awesome graphic display there at the top. It says Maxx. It's got this very, Thor Love and Thunder feel on it, right? And then these very large colored dots, patterned graphic, looks very 80s. The color scheme too, we've got the blue accents, the yellow accents, the white, all the tubing and connections going through him. That is really sweet. Now, Maxx 89 does not have articulating hands, but his shoulders move, his head, his knee joints, his feet, his elbows, they move, but his hands do not articulate. He does come with a gun that he can hold in either one of the hands, but he is posable, which is really, really cool. And then we have Wrecker, and I really like Wrecker. And the reason I like Wrecker is he is essentially a construction bot. He is, as you can see by his colorway, he is very much yellow and black. He's got that high contrast. He's got the caution tape over the top of the shoulders. He's still got that 80s feel. He's also got attachments that go onto the back of him. He's got a crane hook and a suction cup arm, which is really, really cool. And he has that articulating hand. And the other arm, or the other hand, should say, is almost like an impact, like a jackhammer like thing. I feel like it wants to pound, like it goes in and out and to pound and break up stuff. You can see in the picture, I really love the artwork on the back of these packages. You can see all the extensions coming out of Maxx 89. He's got all these weapons. Now, if you remember, anybody from the 80s, there were 6 RoboForce characters that were released. Max Steel, who is now Maxx 89, Blazer, Copter, Sentinel, Wrecker, which we have here, and Soda, S-O-T-A, the creator, and there was Vanguard. Vanguard was the protector. And on the Cult of Dread side, you had Hundred, who was the conqueror. You had Enemy, Kroll, and Volgar. And they did have a few vehicles and playsets that I do remember. I think there were maybe 4 of them, but I do remember the Fortress of Steel playset. But this is awesome to see this come to light. A big shout out to Nacelle. Thank you for picking this up. I can't wait to see these on the shelves. Really cool. Now, if you want to get more information, you can go to the FWOOSH.com. And if I said that wrong, I probably did. I think I say it wrong all the time. They have a great write-up. A lot of the images and photography were from that site, so big shout out to them. Thanks everyone for watching. If you have one of these ROBO FORCE, if you remember them, please comment below. I'd love to know. Maybe they're on a shelf somewhere. Maybe they're sitting there just collecting dust. Maybe they're in a box down in the basement or up in the attic. I would be curious to know if anybody remembers ROBO FORCE. Also, it would be awesome if you haven't, please like and subscribe. Your subscriptions just motivate us to bring more and more content, and we want to do that. We're so excited and having so much fun with this. But until then, we'll catch you on the next one.